The price we paid for survival. If one as proud and dignified as he could be dragged to such depths.
Hello everyone, I'm the 5-minute reviewer, and today I'm going to talk about why I feel that Unicorn Overlord should be Game of the Year for the year 2024. And to be honest, I wasn't really sure I would be able to do a 2024 Game of the Year nomination. This is because 2024 started out rather poorly compared to the previous year, 2023. We had killer games like Fire Emblem Engage, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Wonder, and who could forget my personal favourite, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Now of course I know my nomination is meaningless. I'm not a big corporation or I'm not a games journalist. In fact, the idea that Alan Wake 2 won Best Art Direction, Best Game Direction and Best Narrative last year was a travesty to me, because I personally know almost no one who played the game Alan Wake. So I know to some extent the Games Award is not fair and not really representative of all gamers everywhere. But nevertheless, I want to state my opinion. So without further ado, let me begin and tell you why Unicorn Overlord should be Game of the Year. So my first reason is that the game blends different genres super well. Although the setting of the game takes place in a medieval fantasy setting, which is kind of cliche, it brings together action and strategy, both turn-based and real-time together, similar to the Total War series. And this gameplay loop is quite addictive. You set your team, send them into battle, see the battle results, and then think whether it's good or bad, and then reset them again and send them into another battle based on their different characteristics and your preferred playstyle, and do it again and again, and you see the reward in animated form instantly. So I would describe this game more like a fantasy football manager, in the sense that you don't control the individual actions during the battle. Instead, you give instructions pre-battle and you hope they execute them during the battle itself. Next, I like to give credit for Unicorn Overlord's artist and art direction, because the art style is in anime form, which means it's simply timeless. This is similar to 2014's Banner Saga, which I still play because of the art style, which in this case, Western animation, classical Disney style, is timeless and is something that I can get behind and not feel bored to look at. So unlike other games which focus on super realistic 3D graphics and only to be obsolete within a year or two with a newer and more powerful engine, this game I can foresee myself playing it for a long time, even years long after the year 2024. Another advantage about using such 2D art is that it loads very fast. There is seamless transition between the individual battles and the overall map, and back again to the individual battles again. You will experience almost no drop in frame rate, or no noticeable drop in frame rate, regardless of what point of the story you are. Now let me go on to reason number 3, which is that you get the full game on purchase. Now such practice is almost unheard of in the high budget AAA gaming world. Granted, Unicorn Overlord might not be considered by many to be a AAA game, but it at least I have everything upon my first purchase. I don't have to wait for DLC, I don't have to do any microtransactions to get the best possible equipment, etc, etc, etc. Everything is down to my skill and my personal preferences. And unlike many modern games, I don't see the author's personal politics placed in the game or any wokeness in the game, which is always a plus, right? It's just a game, harken back to the good old school games where just a game I just want to play and I just want to enjoy it. So kudos to the developers of Unicorn Overlord. So in the year 2024, of many disappointed big budget releases like Skull and Bones, released from Ubisoft Singapore, my own country Singapore, Concord for the PlayStation, and then Star Wars Outlaws were all major disappointments, and even some remakes like Star Wars Battlefront and Endless Ocean Luminous were also major disappointments. I'm glad at least 2024 had some bright sparks. I'm very glad that 2024 had some bright sparks. We had Stellar Blade, we had Wukong Black Myth, we had even the Plucky Squire, and they all look like fantastic games. I'm very glad to have played this game Unicorn Overlord, and this is my nomination for it for Game of the Year. Thank you everyone, and the 5-minute reviewer is signing off. Have a good week ahead.